Hello there. How you doing this fabulous morning? If this is your first time to catch me live, thanks so much for stopping by briefly and checking me out. My name is Ronnie Harden. By trade, I'm an editor and a writing coach, a tutor of English literature studies and academic writing, and coffee drinker. Today's featured mug is from, oh gosh, the glare is so strong over there. Look at that. Just trying to get that there. Anyway, guys, the mug is from the Ellen DeGeneres show. Um, I got to visit the set with my daughter a couple of weeks ago. We had a great time there. And it's fun to look back on those memories and rehash. I'll show you a picture of that later on. But gosh, how is it that we're already at the end of August? This is the last weekend of August because next weekend is Labor Day weekend, and you probably already have that planned. Hopefully, to go out of town or just relax, hang out and do nothing with your family and enjoy. Have a series of days where you can get creative, maybe in your space. So, all things new, because here we are, and we're launching right into the month of September. Whew, I got to tell you guys, I don't know where the time goes, but it is marching on, and we are marching into the last 4 months of the year. You realize Christmas is in 4 months. We'll just start there. Well, listen, if you are joining me live, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to check one other place here to make sure that we are rolling here. Good morning, Sherry. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. If you're watching me on the personal profile, thank you so much. If you're watching me live on another platform, definitely let me know. Drop in and say good morning, say hi, etc. Great to see you. So, hey, before we get started, let me just say we need to be thinking of and praying for all the people off the coasts of Louisiana, Texas, the panhandle of Florida. Hurricane Ida is on her way. It looks to be a serious storm. We are in hurricane season, unfortunately. So, yes, even Tennessee is going to get hit. A lot of rain as that comes onto land. So please be praying for and thinking of our friends. To all of my friends who do live in Louisiana, if you're tuning in right now from Louisiana, we just pray protection over you, safety over you, for you and your family to evacuate. But if you know people in the Louisiana area, especially in the Gulf Coast area, please get in touch with them. Make sure they're okay. Check on your people. It's important. Yes, be safe. Exactly, Mary. Be safe. Good to see you here, my friend. Thanks so much. So be thinking about that. Like I said, check in on your people because that's important. So, some great things are happening, even though some scary things are happening. Isn't it weird how since the pandemic, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we've been living in this sort of constant, simultaneous tension. We want to plan for new things and look forward to new things and focus on doing things in our lives to make the day that God gives us every day productive and useful and helpful to others, right? Is it kind? Is it true? Is it helpful? 3 questions you ask yourself when you're doing things in the day. So, kind of helps us rein in those things that are not kind, not helpful, and not true. How do we know what truth is? So, anyway, as I was saying, in the midst of all of that, we're still planning and looking forward. We have 4 more months of 2021 to look forward to. A lot of great things, like I said. It's sort of a yin yang thing, right? Where we've got this scary world. If you watch headlines and news and all the crap that's going, it's just, I can't sometimes with them. And I have to turn it off and turn away and focus on the things that I know I can control, that God has given me authority over. That's my life, my job, my friends, my people, and my cup. So there's a lot of cool things going on around us, right? Um, Guys, you know that there's still Olympic Games going on? Did you know that the Paralympics started after the Summer Games, the Tokyo 2020 Summer Games started? Right after that started the Paralympics, and these, if you weren't blown away enough by the athletes of the Olympics, I challenge you to tune in or look online for footage for the Paralympic athletes. If anything will make you get out of your little Hawaiian bubble and feeling sorry for yourself and being withdrawn and depressed and all that, watch these people. They are so inspiring. One of them, so Paralympics are going on right now. This is the 16th Summer Paralympic Games. 4,537 athletes from 55 countries participating in 539 events in 22 different sports. Did you follow me here? Let's sip first, and then I'll read that sentence again, as we need some fuel power. Saturday morning, man. Are you watching cartoons or something? Remember when we used to watch cartoons in our pajamas? Eat cereal in front of the TV? All those days. So let me read that again. 4,537 athletes from 55 countries participating in 539 events in 22 sports within a span of, like, I think 3 weeks or a month. It's incredible. And the way that Tokyo did the opening show, they used performers that were also disabled people. It was so cool, just to show that there are people around the globe who are dealing with the same kind of challenges. And a little history for you behind the Paralympic Games is that they were instituted after World War II, when there were so many veterans and so many people coming back to all the countries wounded from the war. That's how the Paralympics started. So, you are having your morning coffee with me. Well, Mary, thank you. I appreciate that. It's kind of like when we used to work at the Y and we would have coffee and chat, right? While taking care of kiddos. I do miss those days. I remember how hectic they were when we were in the middle of it, but gosh, do I miss those days. Taking care of all those babies, all those littles. Imagine all the little lives that we were blessed to touch, right? Isn't that cool? Mary and I go way back. So Paralympics welcomes athletes from 6 main disability categories: amputee, cerebral palsy, intellectual disability, visually impaired, spinal injuries, and what a French term called les autres, which is French for the others, a category that includes conditions that do not fall into the specific categories mentioned before. So they are establishing some standards for these competitions and looking at the categories of people. So this includes people from all different kinds of physical challenges. To participate in the Paralympic Games, athletes must fulfill certain criteria and meet certain qualifying standards in order to be eligible. Now, I'm going to introduce you briefly to a gentleman who I discovered. I love to watch CBS Sunday Morning. That's become part of my morning worship, if you will. The Lord and I spend time together. We have coffee. I watch CBS Sunday Morning. I meditate. And then my Sunday gets started. Usually relaxing and preparing for the week ahead, because that's a Sabbath Sunday and I hold that dear, and I hope you do too. So I'm going to introduce you and show you a picture of a gentleman that I learned about from watching an episode on CBS Sunday Morning. I love CBS Sunday Morning because it is a show that contains short journalistic clips about different people, different places, different topics, um, editorial viewpoints. You walk away from this show feeling um, mentally enlightened and uplifted. And so I saw this story on CBS Sunday Morning and I was amazed. Um, this is a picture of a gentleman named Matt Stutzman. Now, Matt is competing in the Olympics. Um, you love that show too, one of your favorites. Yeah, it's so great. So this is a picture of Matt Stutzman, and Matt is not a veteran. He was born without any arms, and he is competing in the archery competition for the United States. Uh, Guys, I'm just going to let you look at that picture for a few minutes. I want you to think about the scope of what this man faces, and then we'll chat on the other side of a sip. Now, I got to tell you, um, right? It makes me stop. It made me stop and think so deeply about, what have I complained about today? What about my life sucks so much and then I see a man like this because he was born without arms, it's it's second nature to him to do everything with his feet. He drives with his feet, he eats with his feet, he does everything with his feet, and he can shoot an amazing arrow with his feet. He is competing for the United States team in the archery competition. It's incredible. Look him up, Matt Stutzman, Stutzman. I just found it fascinating, and so when I see some of these athletes, take a moment if you haven't. I encourage you to get online and search the Paralympic Games. They're showing them televised just like they did the other Olympics, only they're not getting as much airtime, because of all the things that are going on politically in our country, involving other countries. By the way, I just want to take a moment to think about and pray for all of our Afghan brothers and sisters, all of the people who are being impacted by this. The groups that are over there trying to serve them and help them, the people that are trying to be evacuated. We only have today and just a couple more days, and then that's it. We've evacuated almost over 100,000 people. That's a lot. And that's a lot, 100,000 people. When was the last time you were in a crowd of 100,000 people? Um, you know, let's not forget the people that this is affecting. I don't care about all the other stuff. I'm concerned about the human lives. So let's think about, pray about, and support those people. They're the ones who need our efforts and our love. Okay, I don't know why that went there, but here's the thing. So because of what's happening in Afghanistan, the athletes who were supposed to compete in the Paralympics were not able to go. So imagine spending all of that time training and qualifying, and now as a disabled person, how is that going to affect their life, right? So again, that tension of some amazing, inspirational, beautiful things going on against the backdrop of such frenetic times, which only inspires me because it just shows the indelible resilience of the human spirit. So if you need some encouragement today, get online, look up the Paralympic Games, look and see where we are. The United States is fourth in line of total medals won. In fact, I think one of they race in what looks like a tricycle. I don't know what they call it, but it's like a 400 meter maybe race, whatever. I think a U.S. girl won that and set a record. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look at all of the stats and catch up. But check into that. I've just been watching from Matt because I was so drawn in by his story. And I'll also share in the VIP group, guys. I'll share the link to Matt's story so you can see it, and then learn a little bit about the Paralympics. So, anyway, all that to say, great new things going on around us. I hope you're seeing some around you and yours. I'm going to check in real quick here with my people on my Facebook page because sometimes, let's see. You shared that segment with your son last Sunday, Sherry. Oh, it was so great, wasn't it? You love CBS Sunday Morning. Well, girl, we need to chat over coffee while watching it maybe sometime. That would be fun. We could have a Sunday morning viewing party. Remember when Facebook used to do watch parties and you would watch things together online? Kind of fun, right? Okay, so here are some other new things going on that I checked out this week that I thought was fascinating. You know me, I love coffee. I love trying new things. And Holly, pumpkin spice lattes are back. Let me be specific. Pumpkin cream cold brew is back. That's my drink. That has become my new drink. I got to ask them if they can make it in decaf because, boy, I had one yesterday and I was on full jet stream yesterday. I had a productive day. But, wow, that was a lot of caffeine. For someone who normally drinks caffeine, for decaf, that was a lot of caffeine. But so yummy. And they also have a new drink called the Apple Crisp Macchiato. You love CBS Sunday Morning too. Doesn't make you feel old. Great information. Well, that's the whole purpose of the show. You know, it's educational. It's enlightening. It's informative. It's intellectually stimulating. Those are the kind of things I love to watch. So yeah, I do that as part of my Sunday morning worship. Because I think it celebrates the best in the human soul and the human spirit and who created the human spirit. But, so that's kind of what I do. But anyway, guys, I tried the Apple Crisp Macchiato. It is yummy. Now, I do my drinks on the mobile app so that I can just pick it up when I walk in the store because I just want to go in and out and get it. Unless I have to use the restroom or get a snack. But the Apple Crisp Macchiato, I had it with 2 pumps instead of 3 to make it not as sweet because you can in your mobile app indicate how many pumps of that syrup you want. So if you're cutting down on your sugar, and I encourage you to do so, I got the 2 pump apple macchiato with non-fat milk, and it was yum. It's like apple pie in a cup. So try it out. Tell me what you think. I liked it. Some people may not like it because some people don't like pumpkin spice lattes. I wish they would bring the gingerbread lattes back, but that's my own personal take. So try it out. You tried it yesterday, Kelly, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. I thought so too. I thought so too. It was fun. It was nice to try something brand new. And I didn't even realize that I think that came out on the 24th. And I just happened after, I think it was yoga class. Was it yoga class 4 days ago? Anyway, after class, I went and ordered a drink and didn't know that the new drinks were in. And so that was the first day. And I was like, yes. Then I wanted a cold brew. So I was a little conflicted, but I did get the macchiato. So try it out. Tell me what you think. Thank you, Kelly, for chiming in there and saying, yes, it is yummy, right? So guys, you know what that means? If those drinks are back, it means fall is around the corner. Now here in Texas, it doesn't feel like fall because we're still in the upper 90s. And we will probably be there well into September. But maybe where you are, fall is already happening. I know that some of our trees in the front of our house are already dropping leaves because I'm having to go out and fish them out of the pool every morning. Right? The little things that I complain about because I have arms. But anyway, some trees already started to drop their leaves. I'm not ready for it, but I guess fall is coming, guys, because time does that. So we're looking at the last 4 months of the year, right? We kind of get to ease into it somewhat because we start the month off with a vacation, with Labor Day weekend. It's kind of like whoever really established all these dates on the calendar said, after the summer season, they're going to need to have a break before they kick into gear for the next few months. Now, what I love about this time of year is that it's filled with lots of holidays. September, October, November, December, all 4 months have holidays of some sort, and that's always nice. We have some holidays over the summer, but not a lot. And I guess every month has their own holidays, but I'm talking about like with lots of presents because I love Christmas. I love giving presents to people. I love watching people open presents. And we get to prepare for that. We're also preparing for year end. And that means, financial documents, quarter four. Where are we in our goals of what we set out to do? Remember those things we said way back in January? Do y'all even remember? That's like so far away, right? But what did we set as our goals? Maybe we had some short-term goals and then we had some long-term goals. So where are we in this? So we start getting out. Where is it? Where did I set it? Oh, here it is. We get out our planners, right? This is that time of year where we get our planners out and start really looking ahead. Kelly, it is really sweet. You kept adding your own coffee at home and it actually made it even better. Oh, good. That's a great idea. Yeah, I just, especially after exercise, I did not want something loaded with a lot of sugar. So I made sure on the app to look at it, see how many pups they had and said, oh no. And I used to work in a Starbucks it was part of the Barnes and Noble when we opened the store in Murfreesboro. So I was part of the staff that opened that store. And so they brought in Starbucks people to train us. And so we learned how to make all of the drinks. So yes, I know how many pumps of what goes in each drink. So I make sure to pull them way back because they can be a little on the sweet side. Well, guys, so fall. Are you where you thought you would be in your planner when you go back and look? This is my new one that I have to prep for next year. So I'm excited about that. And so, to fill this with things, to look back on what we've done for this year, I keep something called, and it started with Gretchen Rubin with her 19 for 2019 list. And I just continue doing that every year. What I do is make a list of things that I want to accomplish or that I think in January, I'm going to do these things. I'm going to set out to do these things for the year. I always go back and realize that I only hit maybe 3 or 4 on that list. But I also started keeping my bucket list of brand new things that I do every year. So if I've gone to a new place, if I've made a new friend, if I've had a new drink, I don't know if I've tried a new food, right? Learned a new skill. So I try to celebrate all those little wins. John Acuff, who is one of my, business and sort of, in that space, in the business world, John is definitely one of my go-tos for input, counsel. He does it in such a creative and funny way. But he's really able to, he's huge about goals, about setting goals, about creating them and making them happen. And so if you've ever followed me, you probably have heard about John when I talk about him, or you might even be in his groups as well. But John's getting ready to start a new challenge in September that's going to be about the small wins. And he posted a really great picture, which I'm going to share on my page, so be watching for it. But he shares his bullet journal and how he keeps track of his goals and marks them. So he's celebrating the small wins, right? So the small things. So my list of things, brand new things that I do every year, always are much longer than the ones I set out to do for myself. And I try to share those every year with you guys because I just think it's funny when we look at those things, we sort of realize, wow, we really are doing new things and creating new things and constantly innovating ways to be better, both in our jobs, our businesses. Maybe because of the pandemic, you've had a career change. So now you're honing your skills. You're trying to try something new to adjust to the shift that happened, right? So all of those things are great. And all of those things help us plan forward. So what's our plan for this next 4 months? Well, I know what one of my plans are. One of my plans is to kick the book club back into gear. So starting September 1st, my book club is going to start back up. I've really been thinking about and ruminating over book titles and things that we're going to do for the end of the year to end well and also start planning ahead for 2022. I've really been enjoying this. We've got a nice little core of people that have formed around our book club. I'm hoping we get more that will join us. If you would like to join us, there's time to do that. You can go to my, I'm going to put the link up here, and you can go to my page, my website, right here, and check the box that says Through the Pages Book Club, and then write me a little note. Say, I want to start for September, let me know more. Want to get on your list for the updates for the book club. So drop me a line and let me know. We start September 1st. I'm going to drop the title, and I'm also going to let you know the 2 live discussion groups that we will have reading our new book. So I'm super, super excited. We are going to be reading, let me get the coffee picture out of the way, although we do love to drink coffee when we have book club, but I'll get that out of the way. But yes, this is our book. So the book is called Anxious People by Frederick Bachmann. Now, if you might be familiar with Frederick Bachmann's other book, A Man Called Ove. That was another popular book that he had a beautiful story. So if you know him from that, you'll enjoy this. So this is a fun little quirky book about a bank robbery that did or did not happen. So here's what the back cover says. Looking at real estate isn't usually a life or death situation, but an apartment open house becomes just that when a failed bank robber bursts in and takes a group of 8 strangers hostage. Each of them carries a lifetime of grievances, hurts, secrets, and passions that are ready to boil over. None of them is entirely who they appear to be. In short, they are the worst group of hostages in the world. But as the minutes tick by, they begin to suspect that the criminal mastermind holding them hostage might be more in need of rescuing than they are. As the authorities and the media surround the premises, these reluctant allies will reveal surprising truths about themselves and set in motion a chain of events so unexpected that even they can hardly explain what happens next. Anxious People is an ingenuously, wow. Now, rarely am I tripped up by a word, but I'm going to have to look that one up later. Ingeniously. I thought it was ingenuously, but it's ingeniously here. I'm going to put this up on the screen. I love tackling words like this. This is why I do what I do. It is fun. Guys, you know how I am about words. Holy cow. Let me put this here. This is the word. Someone look it up for me really quick. Ingeniously. Ingeniously? I think that's the word. Ingeniously. Oh, Anxious People is an ingeniously constructed story. So that's an adjective. No, that's an adverb. It's an adverb because it ends in ly. Look at that. Ingeniously constructed story about the enduring power of friendship, forgiveness, and hope. The things that save us even in the most anxious of times. We are living an anxious time. I don't know about you, but I'm an anxious people. Right. So I'm going to look and see. Has anybody found, if you have found the definition for that word, hold on, I got to get over here to this other screen. Hold on. You love both John Acuff and Gretchen Rubin. I do too, Laura. They're two of my good favorites. Pleasantly surprised to be catching you laugh while you cheat, eating your cinnamon rolls. Yes, I love that. I love that. So ingeniously, guys, did anyone find a definition for that? Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up. I love doing this. This is my jam. And see, when we read together in book club and we come across words that we aren't sure of, I hope you look them up. I hope you expand your vocabulary by looking them up. So here we go. It's searching. And when I'm live and I ask my computer to do something in another tab, it always takes a few minutes. Okay. Ingenious. It is an adjective. Um, Having or showing an unusual aptitude for discovering, inventing, or contriving, marked by originality, resourcefulness, and cleverness in conception or execution. And the third definition is showing or calling for intelligence, aptitude, or discernment. How about that? We just learned a new word together live on the live stream. I love that. So, yes, I'll definitely be sharing that in the group. How about that? Fantastic, right? This is why we do what we do. So, anyway, all that to say, learning a new word on the back cover here, written by Frederick Bachmann, who lives in Switzerland. The story is set in Scandinavia, but it's going to be a fun read, and I can't wait to have book club together. So we get together twice a month. A book is dropped. We read it together. I have two live discussion periods. I indicate what chapters we are going to discuss, and we have fun for about an hour and 15 minutes, really getting deep into the story, sharing about what we love about the story, the characters, the themes, and how that correlates to what's going on in our world. Because when we read and we fill our soul, we're then able to pour out to others. So if you're weary and you feel like you just haven't really been able to really pour out and help and do with others as you did before, get in our book club. Come join us. We love to drink coffee. We love to read books. We love to talk together. We love to pray for each other. We love to hold each other up in these anxious times. So guys, here's some of the things that are happening that are new. And you're gonna laugh at me, but I'm hooked. I'm learning. It's taken me, let's see, what are we on now? Year five of Michael patiently bringing me along in the world of sports. And so I've learned a little bit. I've learned to enjoy certain games, certain things, and look at sports in a new way, because even though I don't participate in sports, I love watching them. They're fun. So college football starts up, guys. Isn't it today? Today, the college football games. My husband is working on a draft. He's got to go do a draft with our nephew and some other guys. They're doing their fantasy football draft. So that lets me know that the season is upon us, is when he goes to do that. So, yes, so college football season starts. Real football season starts after Labor Day weekend. It's on, guys, and so many fun things coming up in the month of September that I'll be sharing with you. Book festivals, different things to celebrate, new book releases that are coming out, and new books that I'm helping work on for people. I'm so excited. I've really had a pickup in business here in the last few months. I think I only have 2 more slots for the rest of the year that I could even help anyone work on their book. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I'm going to have a workshop put together in the month of October about just the beginning steps of getting self-published, how you can learn all of the things that are incorporated so that you at least walk into the decision of publishing your book with a little more information than you had before. Do you want to take a traditional publishing? Do you want to self-publish? What are the options? What are those costs? What is my investment? And more importantly, what is the reward when you get to hold your very own book in your hands? And more importantly, share it with someone else. Give them a copy. Let them have a piece of your story. So if that's something you'd be interested in, I'm working on that for the month of October. Lots of new things coming, guys, because we're in these last months of 2021. And I know we're still slogging along with the pandemic because people just are people. Doesn't mean it should stop us from doing the things that we're called to do, especially when we're fueled up. All right, guys, have a great weekend. I am not going to be live next weekend because it is Labor Day weekend, and we are going to be relaxing and preparing for all of these great things that are going to be coming into September you want to know more about what I've got going on besides the book club, definitely want to get on my list. Just drop me a note and say, I just want to get on your email list, Renee. I want to know what's happening in your life, get your personal updates, things like that. Because I'm not putting all of my stuff out on social media. So if you really want to connect with me on a deeper level, have some real conversations, um, let me know. Drop me a note here at reneeharden.com/contact. We will be back on Saturday, September the 11th for a special commemorative show where I'm going to share my story and share one that I wrote about what happened that morning when the Twin Towers were hit. I lived it. I remember it so vividly. And we're going to honor those and talk a little bit more about where we are 20 years later since 9/11. So I hope you'll tune in for that. I hope you'll let me know that you want to come to book club. We would love to have you. More importantly, I hope you know I appreciate you spending some time with me, having some coffee together. If I can pray for you, if you need to just chat and you want to have a listening ear, let me know. I'm here for you. To all of my friends, all of you guys who are watching live, thank you so much. Really love and appreciate you. If you're watching this via replay, I appreciate you too. You're actually taking the time to stop and share some coffee with me. It's like we had a short coffee date together, right? Guys, I have some great things coming in September to introduce you some of my amazing friends who are doing some great things in the industry, podcasters, writers. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. So I hope you'll join me. And I hope you'll be back on September 11th as we get together again for coffee and reminisce and share stories. And I hope more than anything, you share your story with someone today. Have a great weekend. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Stay safe. Stay tuned to this channel and on my socials. If you want, follow me at Renee Harden so we can connect there. I'll be letting you know what I'm doing over the holidays, and I would love to know what you've got going on in your life. Okay? All right, guys. Moving into quarter four. Moving into these last quarter four is actually the last 3 months, but September is like the prime prep month, right? So we're moving into the last part of 2021. Let's make it strong. All right, guys, have a great one. I'll see you back here in 2 weeks.